LiberalViewer present.
So I've been a big fan of South Park since the very first episodes, and like a lot of South Park fans, one of my favorite characters has always been Eric Cartman, even though Cartman has obvious character flaws, including his bigotry, which was showcased in the song Cartman sang in the final episode of the most recent season of South Park, a clip of which you can see here.
There are too many minorities at my water park. This was our land, our dream, and they've taken it all away. They just keep coming and coming. Minorities. I tried to go and tell the police, but even the authorities are minorities at my water park.
Now, I'm not sure why the character of the lovable bigot is so appealing, and it reminded me of the appeal of a character from a show I watched in my childhood, the Archie Bunker character from the show All in the Family, and it turns out that similarity is not accidental, which Trey Parker, one of the creators of South Park, explained in an NPR interview last year, as you can hear in this clip.
I'd say within the first season, we kind of realized we're like, oh, Cartman's like a little Archie Bunker. You know, and we were big fans of All in the Family, and we were going back and seeing some of those reruns, and we're like, and we kind of realized what we had there in him was this kid, and especially because he was 8 years old, he was kind of free to say whatever he wanted, and he could dress up like Hitler, and he could do these because he's 8, you know, and he doesn't really know what he's doing, he doesn't care, he's just a product of his environment.
And as someone old enough to remember Archie Bunker, I recall him as being less blatant in his bigotry than Eric Cartman is, maybe because he wasn't 8 years old, but his character still spotlighted some sensitive issues of the times, like the way the increasing cultural comfort with black celebrities back then did not always translate into complete comfort with all aspects of their inclusion, as exemplified by the discussion from the famous episode in which Archie Bunker meets Sammy Davis Jr. that you can see here.
I was just remembering the last time I seen you on TV. It was on a Johnny Carson show. Oh, yeah. He was on with that there Raquel Walsh. Remember, Edith?
Oh, yeah, I remember. Oh, you were so sweet to her, Mr. Davis.
Oh, thank you.
Archie said he never thought he'd see the day when coloreds and whites would be hugging and kissing coast to coast.
And that same soft bigotry of wanting to get close to African-American celebrities but not too close was exemplified in the famous final scene of that episode you can see here.
Can I get a picture,
No,
Mr.
no,
Davis?
come on, Munson, no pictures.
Oh, no, this one is for me. Mr. Munson, would you stand over there? I want one picture taken with Archie Bunker, my friend, and me.
You want me?
Yes. Now, on 3, okay? 1, 2, 3.
It wasn't quite an Adam Lambert kiss, but those were different times, and maybe that's another reason that Archie Bunker's bigotry was softer than Cartman's, because the problems of watching the mixing of the races on the Johnny Carson show were just not as threatening as the kind of real existential problems that bigots are facing in 21st century America, as shown in what may be my favorite clip from last week's South Park episode here.
Do you know there are 205 Mexicans here? And there are 190 black people. So what? So, guess how many white people are at the water park today? 143. There are actually more minorities here than us.
Well, then they're not minorities, are they?
What do you mean?
Dumbass, if there's 60% of them to 40% of us, then who's the minority?
The black and brown people.
No, you're the minority.
Do I look like a minority to you, stupid?
It sounds like Cartman's water park is undergoing the same changes that will soon be coming to Cartman's America, and as the Cartmans and the Archie Bunkers become actual minorities in the 21st century, what may be the function of these kinds of characters is to give viewers a safe place to examine and reject these beliefs while feeling proud of themselves that they're above all that, as exemplified in the All in the Family episode by Sally Struthers' apology to Sammy Davis Jr. in this clip.
I'm sorry, Mr. Davis. Sometimes my father says the wrong things.
Yeah, we noticed that.
But he's not a bad guy, Mr. Davis. I mean, like, he'd never burn a cross on your lawn.
No, but if he saw one burning, he's liable to toast a marshmallow on it.
Right on!
Now, That's the kind of rejection of bigotry without really rejecting the character of the lovable bigot that makes me think the purpose of the whole thing is to show us how we can accept the bigots in our lives without accepting their bigotry. But I want to know what you think. What accounts for the popularity of the lovable bigot character in our culture? And regarding the question that's the title of this video, is Eric Cartman the Archie Bunker of his generation?
YouTube, you decide.